What's up guys, Mark here from GWGains of GW Fitness, and today I'm going to be running through my bulk and how it's been going so far after finishing my cut and running through the excuses why I've not been making videos. Okay, just to kind of get it over and done with, the only thing I can really say is so much stuff happened. I mean, Leeds Festival was one of the biggest things that happened and one of like the best things that ever happened to me. I mean, I had literally a phenomenal weekend with one of my very good friends, and I can't even put into words how just great it was. Essentially, after that, I just stopped, you know, I got out of my routine. Lifting was really weird for like the first couple of weeks or something, and I kind of let myself go a little bit. I mean, I was still going to the gym, but it felt so wrong. Back on track now. I've been going really hard on the bulk, and without further ado, I'm going to get right into the main topic of the video. I am now finally bulking. This is essentially actually my first bulk. I mean, I've been lifting for about 2, maybe 3 years now. I've never actually bulked and continuously taken in a surplus of calories. I've always been cutting, I've always been trying to get as lean as I possibly can, and realistically I've missed out on a lot of gains I could have had in the past. But to be fair, I was a bit of a chunky boy, so I always saw that I needed to lose weight until I at least had, you know, maybe 10% body fat, maybe 11%. And as we're moving forward, I am now doing a clean bulk. And by that I mean I'm doing 80% clean and 20% dirty. From Monday to Friday, sometimes Saturday, I will eat the cleanest foods I can. I'm making overnight oats, yogurt, you know, oats, I'm having some granola in there just so it tastes a bit nicer, and I'll throw a banana in there just to get some good fibre. I'll have a really good protein shake, which is more of a meal replacement almost. Usually it's around 900 calories. It's like a banana, 3 eggs, we throw some milk in there, about 400 milliliters of milk. Sometimes I throw in peanut butter, you know, try and get my fats up, or just to try and get the calories in because I'm not so much hungry that day. On that last day though, I will usually try and treat myself a little bit. I'll either go to Subway, I'll probably get a Chinese or something, or I'll cook up a really good meal, usually filled with like a lot of protein sources. I'll just have mainly beef, and I'll try and have some nice complex carbs, sweet potatoes, or I'll have rice, brown rice. I do allow myself to enjoy a bit more instead of going 100% clean 100% of the time, because trust me, it gets so boring, especially when you're cutting, because you want to eat as clean as possible. You want to have complex carbs. You know, you don't really want to have sugar. You want to remain full throughout that day, so you're having really voluminous meals. Whereas with me, at least with me personally, after a certain amount of food, unless it's like a pizza or something, because everyone like loves pizza, unless it's really tasty and highly palatable food, I'm just like, no. I do not want to sit there and eat Greek yogurt and oats all day. Let's be real, it can taste like shit after a certain amount of time. However, this doesn't mean I don't train on the weekends. I try and train at least 6 times a week. One of the main reasons I do try and eat clean, because it's easier on the budget too. I do my meal prep, you can see that on Instagram. One of the easiest ways to eat clean as well is to cook in bulk. So I usually cook about 2 weeks worth of food at the same time. That'll be, you know, rice, steak and chicken all in a meal. I'll add some salsa on there. But for me, I'm not so keen on trying to keep my fats at like 50 grams or something. I don't go for the low fat approach. Probably double that, and I'll aim for about 100 grams of fat a day. One of the main reasons is because it's so much easier to hit your caloric needs if you have a bit more fat. 9 calories per gram of fat, 4 calories per gram of protein and carb. Of course, easy maths there. If I have a lot of peanut butter, I have to have less rice because I'm having a lot more calories. But when I get home from work, I will of course need another meal, so I'll usually try and keep it short and sweet, because I am still following, or at least adhering to, intermittent fasting, just not as strict as I was previously. So before, I either do 1 meal a day, or I do maybe a 2-hour, maybe a 4-hour eating window, which is the warrior diet version. Whereas now, if I tried to eat about 3,500 calories in 1 meal, unless it's pizza, I'm gonna be crying. I'm gonna be crying, I'm gonna be so full, and I'm gonna feel disgusting. But that versus eating, what, 1,500, 2,000 calories? Man, I could do that in a mouthful. Macros wise, I will aim for around 200 grams of protein. I'm aiming for about, like I said, 100 grams of fat, and then I'll just fill the rest with carbs. And getting on to the one I don't necessarily want to bring up, but my current weight. So on my cut, I got down to 168 pounds. That is pretty goddamn lean. You know, I loved being that lean. I didn't physically feel so good sometimes, you know. Sometimes you can feel really run down, you know, really lethargic, barely any energy. I was basically relying on caffeine some days where it was just like, I need coffee, oh my god. Right now, I'm feeling a lot better. I'm getting in more calories than I need. I've got much better energy. My sleeping pattern isn't as irregular as sometimes it could have been. But the question, what do I weigh right now? From 168, I very quickly jumped to 180 to 185. That's usually where my body would sit at, and then from there I've been bulking since October, so I'm now sitting around 200 pounds, and that's an average of about 7.5 pounds a month, I believe. And as a natural lifter, usually you can get about 1 to 2 pounds of lean body mass a month, so I'm putting on 3 to 5 pounds of fat a month. You know, I did say I was going 20% dirty. You know, I am enjoying myself, and I'm not bothered, to be honest. I am still actually fairly lean, even at 200 pounds. But at least my arms are looking a lot bigger now. One of the main problems I do currently suffer with is, if you've seen the previous videos, you know that I was in a motorbike accident. Mr. Wrist over here is getting a lot better. It's not 100%, and it never will, as my physio said. However, my left bicep is 16 inches. My right bicep is 15 inches. And it might not sound like that big of a deal, but trust me when I say, every time I look at my goddamn arms, I see it, okay? I see the insertion difference, and it's like I can fit 4 fingers there, but then here I can fit 3 fingers, and it kills me. Oh my god, basically, when I'm training, I do more reps with my right arm. I lead with my right arm because that's the weaker one now, and I need to try and bring that up to being 16 inches with my left arm, or probably more, because as I'm bulking I'll get bigger, yada yada yada. It kills me. I'll admit, I'm getting fat, I don't care. You know, I've got until, you know, the beginning of May, and I am completely going to enjoy myself 20% of the time on the weekends, and it's fine, it's absolutely fine, and I know it's fine because I will be able to get lean again. You know, I'm gonna go to about 220, 230 pounds, and then kind of lean back down, see where I'm going, try and get as lean as possible really, and I'm going to be aiming to lean down for August 23rd, which is when Leeds Festival is back on again. Good luck lean for Leeds Fest, because I am not going to put that word in there. You know, I've got a good 5 months of solid gains. Well, whether that be muscle, whether that be fat, I'm gonna have fun, and I'm gonna indulge in all these sweet foods whilst I can. I know for a fact the second I start cutting, that's it. I'll be having a few cheat days, and that's it. It's not going to be, ooh, I might have a little Kit Kat, or, you know, I might get a takeaway. It's, I can't, because I'm cutting, because I hate myself, and I need to look really, really, really good, because I'm egotistical. But, moving on. So far, I've been bulking, like I said, from the beginning of October, and of course, my strength gains are going way up. My compound lift, to take one as an example, my bench press from my previous 1 rep max, figures are all on the screen right now, because I can't remember the exact 1 rep max I was on previously. I've got it all logged on my phone, wherever that is, but right now I hit a beautiful PR on the bench press, 95 kg for, I think it was 6 reps, and then I did another set of 4 reps, and guys, oh, it feels so good to be so close to 2-plate benching. It feels so good. But that's just one example. All of them across the board are going up, and that's what you want to see. Considering, you know, I've been cutting for essentially 2 years with obviously an accident in between and stints of just eating crap food for no apparent reason and then going back on the cut. It's so hard to get strength gains when you are cutting. It's next to impossible realistically, because with the surplus that allows you to build muscle, unless asterisk you are a new lifter. If you're a new lifter, your body doesn't know what the hell's going on, you can build muscle very rapidly for your first 1 to, I guess, 1.5 to 2 years of lifting. So that's essentially where I'm sitting at before I start my proper bulk. My lifts were going up, but only a very, very tiny amount until it eventually plateaus, and now I've bulked, that plateau is just no longer there, it's going up, and it just keeps going up and up and up. Of course, to do this, I am pushing progressive overload. Say you can do 8 reps of your bench press, and you're doing that for multiple sets, so if you to go up in weight, you maybe drop down to 4 or 5 reps for your sets, and then you bring that back up to your 8 or 10 or whatever it was you were previously on. Then you go up in weight again, you come back down, you work your way back up in weight, so on and so forth. Progressive overload. Of course, I'm heavily pushing that. I am upping my weights every single week essentially, and man, I'm loving every minute, guys. I am loving every single minute I am in the gym. Currently, like I said, my bench press is at 95 kg. My squat is at 110 kg for 3 reps. My deadlift is on 140, and then my overhead press, which I feel is kind of lagging. I am still having some major issues with my left shoulder because of the accident, but it grinds and it clicks. And when I'm doing pec flies or something, or actual overhead press, or basically any exercise, it hurts, it kills me, and I get through the exercise, but I can only do so much because of it. Excuse number 4. My overhead press is 60 kg right now, and that was for 3 reps also. Right, so just to quickly go over what I've just said, the final bit for this is my goals, aspirations, and aims. Essentially, where do I want to go lifting wise? For the bench press, I want to get 100 kg. Okay, I'm not talking 1 rep max here. I'm talking sliding two dirty plates onto that bar on either side, repping that shit. I want to get like 50, 100. Nah. Being serious, I do want to get 100 kg, but I want to get it for a fair few sets, but I want to get it for 8 reps. I don't want 1 rep max 100. I rep 100, you know what I mean? Deadlift, I'm aiming for 200 kg. I want to grip that barbell, I want to rip it off the floor, and I'm like, oh my god, this is so heavy. But I'm only aiming for the 1 rep on that. I'm only aiming for the 1 rep. Well, essentially, I want to be able to rep the heaviest weight I can, as much as I can. But the goal right now, I want to pull 200 kg. I want to bench 100 for multiple reps. I want to squat 150, so I want to add 40 kg on my squat, and then overhead press, which is lagging, you know, quite a lot, like I mentioned with my shoulder, but I do want to try and get that to 100. But I want to be able to pick that bar, I want to put it to the sky, to the heavens above, and I want to be able to rep 100. Like I mentioned earlier, 5 months. I have 5 months left on this bulk, as I've been starting since October. So that's 5 months of solid gains, guys. That is 5 months of nothing but the gains train. Okay, I wanna get massive. Wherever my bulk takes me, that's where I'm going. It's gonna make it a lot harder to cut in the future when I cut down for Leeds Fest, but you know what, it's worth it right now. It's worth it. I'm still fairly lean. I've got the ab outline, my back remains shredded because it's like the last place I put fat. It's just that, you know, it's just that midsection which is just like, oh, spicy. We're gonna find out together. So thank you guys very much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed the video. If you have, don't forget to leave a like below. Follow me on all these social medias, links below, links in the description. I've been Mark of GWGains of GW Fitness. Again, thank you very much for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Peace.